Hi, Leon. I'm so glad you're here today, and I'm glad you could make it. Yeah, life throws us curveballs, and then we have to catch them and carry on with them. But I'm so happy you're here
Yeah,
today.
back in operation. Let's see how we go. Yeah, very delighted to be here.
And then the lesson is when we connect the reasons behind our fears with the symptoms of our disorders, we open ourselves up to new possibilities for resolution. And that is really what this whole work is about, is the understanding that nothing gets lost.
Yes.
And I would always say the universe remembers everything. Nothing gets lost. All the information is always available. And we just need to find a mechanism to get to it. And that's where Family Constellations is so beautiful, because it's a mechanism to get us into that lost memory, because it is there. And the reason why we do this work is to connect to our fears. What are her fears? Her fear is now she still has a shaky hand. Her fear is her whole life has fallen apart. So she's like, and those are symptoms. And this is, I think, this is what is different in this work to any other work, is we deal with the symptoms.
Yeah.
And we never look at where is the origin of the symptom. And in most other therapies that I know, you always work with the symptom. And this one says, no, no, no. You need to go underneath the symptom.
That's right.
You need to resolve the origin of the pain. Only then will you find the resolution. So, but the resolution is not clear cut. It's not like a clear answer. We see that it comes often with a lot of new pathways opening up and a lot of more questions opening up. So we then go into other session, which...
Just before we go there, I just want to emphasize what you've said, because it's so beautifully described. I think it says the secret language of the pain we carry inside. So maybe that's probably the most descriptive sentence of this work. So I think that the work, constellation work or systemic work, is probably best described as allowing us or grabbing our attention so that we can truly listen and then translate these pain points, these symptoms, as you describe it, translate this secret language into, so we say, healing messages or healing sentences, as we like to call it. So when we get to that point when the secret language can be translated to a healing sentence, then I think we're on the cusp of the healing moment.
Yes.
And so I really like the way that this unfolds in this episode, to bring us to that understanding that we need to find a way to listen deeply to the pain. No longer can we ignore this. It's in our face. Let's work with this now and help the client to find a way to turn this into a healing moment.
Absolutely. And the thing is, if we didn't have this work, so many other possibilities would have come into play. But with this work, we get a panoramic view from above, and we get a whole picture view of what is really underneath all this. And she is just focused on one thing now. I need to get my hands stopping from shaking, because I need to work. I've lost my job. Now I need to work. So the only thing that will help me get my life back together is to stop my hand from shaking. And that's the only reason that she sort of goes into this constellation, the desperation. Again, we see it, the desperation. But earlier in the car, while she's driving, you can hear the frustration where she says, I've been in this cab for 10 years.
Yeah.
And so she links the fact that she's been caught directly to when she walked away from Top Rock the first time. So there's that anger with Top Rock, but that anger has nothing to do with the hand. And I think I want to make it clear. Those are two completely different issues in her life. And the one doesn't have anything to do with the other. But as you said, she then is angry with Zamat and says, or Zaman, and says, you give people false hope. And it's almost like, I want to do this, but you give people false hope. And I don't want to have false hope. I want a guarantee. And the thing is, there are no guarantees. So Leon, thank you so much for being here with me again today and for having this conversation, because you always prickle my mind, it's good to have this exchange and this conversation with you. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Sonja. Thank you. Looking forward to our next time.
Looking forward to our next time. Awesome. Take care.
Okay. Thank you. All right.